As a former quarterback, and you played at a high level, you led the Eagles to the Super Bowl. When you see Aaron Rodgers, what is it about, and other quarterbacks talk about this as well when they look at Rodgers, there's just something different about him that we've never seen before. Do you look at Aaron Rodgers, when you break down his tape, are you seeing something that nobody else is capable of doing?
Dan, I think there's something in the water in Green Bay. I really do. Now, that's an in-depth breakdown, isn't it? But two guys that have absolutely drove me crazy throughout my analyst career, which goes back to 1990, after playing for 17 years, is when I used to watch Brett Favre, I would scratch my head. How does he get that ball out? How does he complete it? His footwork is bad. His arm angle is bad. He's not everything was wrong, yet he'd be throwing lasers to Sterling Sharp, Now the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. You watch Aaron, he's got 2 feet up in the air. At times his arm angle, he's not over the top. He's throwing it sidearm. He'll throw it behind his back. He'll do anything to get a completion. So when I think of those two guys, they are the aberration to me to how you should play the quarterback position mechanically. But they are both so gifted, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, from an arm talent perspective. You got to love them. And, hey, the Packers are a contender just because of Aaron Rodgers.
Would you rather have Brady's career or Aaron Rodgers?
Brady.
Would you rather have Favre's career or Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, that's a tough one. My knee-jerk would be Brett Favre. I just love maybe because of the charisma that he played with.
Yeah, I'm wondering, because Rodgers has one Super Bowl. When it's all said and done, and we when we have a bottom line sports society, it's how many championships. Can Aaron Rodgers be thought of as one of the top 3 to 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time with one Super Bowl?
I think there's absolutely that chance. I mean, his numbers are absolutely phenomenal. And we got to remember, he sat behind Brett Favre, so he lost a couple years early in his career where he could have put up numbers. But quite honestly, Dan, when I evaluate quarterbacks, I served on this committee to select the top 100 players. Roger Goodell appointed me to this committee, which will be announced next year, the top 100 players in the history of the NFL through the first 100 years. This was really tough. But when I look at the quarterback position and evaluate it, there are a lot of great numbers guys. I believe the quarterback position is more than just numbers. I think it's about winning. I think it's about leadership. I think it's about championships. And I put that very high into my criteria for evaluating quarterbacks.
Okay, your number one quarterback of all time is?
Tom Brady.
Number 2?
Joe Montana.
Number 3?
Johnny Unitas.
Number 4?
I can't keep giving you my list. This has to be a secret.
I'm only asking for 5.
I know. You're picking my brain too early, Dan.
So Johnny Unitas, and then?
I'm not going any further than that. I don't want to get a call from the commissioner's office. Do not disclose.
So you're going to have John Elway as next.
No, no answer, Dan. You're too good at this.
But the key after that's what I want to know. What quarterback? Okay.
Hey, Dan, this is sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
This is going to be a great argument when this comes out, because the first thing we go to is the modern day quarterbacks, because that's what we all see, that's what we all talk about, that's what we envision. It's amazing when you look back at the Sammy Baws, the Sid Luckmans, what these guys did in their era. Bill Belichick actually had NFL Films dig down and pull out some tape of these guys because he was on the committee to select the top 100 players. Everyone took this very serious. And our prism right now are the present-day guys. There were some incredible players that did incredible things, in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s, and it's hard to evaluate them. But I don't want to disrespect those guys by just throwing out all the guys that we are familiar with.
Well, if you just did generational and then you said the best quarterback of an era, that might be interesting. And then,
and again, we did have that discussion, and it was a very some of them were very heated at times, which is great because we all took it very, very serious to select the top 100 players in the first 100 years of the NFL. It's going to be just a magnificent group of players.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.